How's it going, everyone? Just got here to one of my local LFSs. Now, a lot of people say, Rico, where you get your fish from? Well, this is one of the places that I get it from. And one of the reasons why I choose to come here is because he quarantines his fish. Now, I'm going to take you in. I'm going to show you exactly how he does that. And if I can, if he has time, maybe talk to us a little bit and share, why he chooses to do what he does. Now, I will say he's probably one of the LFSs in my area that sells tons of fish. So even though a lot of them do corals and stuff like that, he's one of the ones that moves a ton of fish. He does have usually a great selection of corals as well, but he sells a lot of fish. And one reason he sells a lot of fish is because he knows how to acclimate and get the fishes into his system and quarantine them. So the success rate is very high with him as far as his fish. Also, with that being said, he also gives a 14-day guarantee. Now, what LFS that gives a 14-day guarantee? So he's very confident in the way he does his fish. So let's get in here. Today I got me and my son actually here. So let's get in here. Let's take a look at the fish.
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah.
So right there you have it, guys. It's called Triton Marine Agriculture. So you guys see here is his fish. Now he has, hang on the back, individual aquariums for each fish. Now you have some of the exact same fish. He did get a fish order in. Guess what? One of these guys are mine, but we're not going to talk about that today. But this is the setup here. As you guys can see, rows and rows of aquariums. Now, with that being said, some of these are actual, can be sold outside of quarantine. He just doesn't guarantee them. He also puts a date when the fish came in, how long they actually been in the system as far as quarantine. So you got to keep that in mind as well. But yeah, so as you guys can see, each one has individual filtration, its own individual filtration. That's what makes a lot of this great when it comes to his method and stuff like that. He's not using the exact same filtration. Each fish, once it leaves the system, that's it, period. Quarantine's over. Fish looks good. Now there's another section in the back that he uses for medication tanks and everything else. We do have coral selection here. He just moved into this new facility, so everything is just now getting set up. All this is a brand new facility. Look at those torches there. My God. Look at these. Look how big and juicy these guys are. This is crazy. See how big they are? Look at this, they're right here. So tons of stuff. As you guys can see how clean this store is. Very clean. Very organized. The whole 9 yards. Little mini tank here. Tons and tons and tons. Salts. Different kinds of salts here. Tons of whatever you need. Filtration, more corals, the whole 9 yards. Now here's a little bit of the seahorse tanks as well. It's got some bounce mushrooms, seahorse. Now, in back there, he raises seahorses. As you guys can see here, we got tons of seahorses here doing their thing. So if you guys are looking for seahorses and stuff like that, this is definitely one of the places to be. Now, the 500-gallon here is some of his big guys. These guys have been around a long time. This tank did take a hit during the move, so it's now bouncing back. We got a big gym tang there, big sail fin there. We got the hybrid here. We got tons of fish. We got another gym tang there, blonde naso, Fowler tang as well there. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys my LFS and how they do stuff. Microalgae, we got snails, crabs, stuff like that, starfish. But yeah, all these systems are all marked with a date, each one, when they arrived, and how long. Like I said, these fish are available outside of the quarantine, but it's best to let him go ahead and go through the quarantine process. Also, you will pay a little more, but hey, it's taking the responsibility off of you, and he's taking full responsibility and following up by a 14-day guarantee. So hopefully you like this video. I know it's really short, but I got to get to my fish and show you guys what I got. Look at this cool guy here. Look at this guy. Look at that guy. He's really cool. Let me see how much they want. It's a golden butterfly. Came in on the 19th. They want $129 for him, 130 bucks. But he's really cool. Tons of snails as well in here. Like I said, tons and tons of corals. Sorry if I'm moving too fast, but hey, I'm excited because my fish just arrived. Copper bands, he does very well with copper bands here as well. Copper bands really do great here. So yeah, keep that in mind. Look at these guys. Look how fat and juicy these guys are. We got dry rock bin here as well. Some more rock and some rock that he has curing. Actually, it's already cured. So, but yeah, we got the real reef rock stuff here. Just an assortment of all kinds of rocks and stuff like that. Now this, I haven't figured out exactly what he's doing with this system yet. He just set this up last time I was here, so I really don't know yet, but I'll find out. Maybe some stingrays or some sharks or something. We'll figure that out. But one more panoramic view of his system. And he's getting ready to add more down there. He wants to take out the one big tank and put a bunch of more tanks in because he sells that many fish. Really great as far as customer service and everything. And eventually I will be doing a meetup here at this LFS, where for any of you guys that are local, make sure you be on the lookout for that and get some discounts and stuff like that as well. So what do you think of this store?
It's cool. I really like that fish.
Oh, that big boy there? Yeah, he's a big boy, ain't he? Oh, yeah. He's a big boy. These are big boys. Really big boys. So, what else you like? Yeah. What else you think? Yeah. What do you think about the... You like the corals?
I like that too.
Oh, yeah. So what do you think of, how clean is the store?
Pretty clean.
Really clean, huh? Yeah, everything is really organized. Very clean, as you guys can see. Now, real quick, I'm not going back there. These tanks are all medication tanks. All angelfish, no matter what, gets medicated here because they just have some of the nastiest parasites, diseases, stuff that comes in with angelfish. So no matter what, no questions asked, those fish go through quarantine, period, point blank. And what I mean is quarantine far as medication as well, period. So like I said, this is the system he's talking about taking out and adding more bigger tanks here, quarantine bigger tanks here. So shelf levels, whatever, probably too high, kind of probably like this, just with bigger tanks. So be on the lookout for a video of that.
All right, everyone, just got back from my LFS. This video might be a little bit long, and I do apologize, but I think it's a good video, and it helps you understand some of the reasons why I pop and drop, understanding where I'm getting my fish from. I think it's important. I think a lot of people hear what they want to hear, and we're so caught up in what somebody else does, don't know the whole story. But at the end of the day, you got to do what's best for you. So, real quick, over there, that tank right there, that is somebody I need you to meet at a later date. Right now is in quarantine. Also, on the other side of this wall, there's another person I want you to meet that's doing very well as well. Now, I will introduce you to these guys a little bit later, and more than likely have you guys pick out some names for these guys. So real quick, I want to go over something I think you should know when it comes to my LFS. So, when it comes to my LFS, I want to put out a couple things for you. First off, understanding where the fish are coming from. So, my LFS deals with one person only, not multiple different suppliers. He's not down with that. He does not do that. He wants good quality fish. So the process for him and where he's getting his fish from, those people fill orders. Those fish are collected. Those fish are brought in, acclimated to synthetic salt, first off. I don't know if you guys understand some of the process of when you're getting in your fish. Are they actually in seawater or synthetic salt? I guarantee you a lot of you guys probably never even realized. That's also adding a lot of stress to your fish, along with the process of a lot of those fish are put into multiple different shipper locations and different systems that are disease riddled with all kinds of, pests, diseases, and everything else before you get them. And when you're new to the hobby, and there's a lot of things that are just not, you just don't know. And I don't expect you to know. My LFS deals with one person. The fish are brought in, fish are acclimated to synthetic salt first off. Those fish are then, once they're done acclimating to synthetic salt, they are there for a week or so, pretty much like quarantine. This company will not ship any fish. Doesn't matter what is on the fish list for my LFS, you will not receive that fish if that fish is unhealthy. If that fish has any signs of anything, guess what? You just don't get your fish. You'll get it at a later date once the fish is done going through whatever it needs to go through for whatever problems it's having and dealt with. Okay? Then you'll get your fish at a later date. That's how it works. And it goes from there straight to the LFS. That is it. Not from the ocean to this facility for holding, dumped in with a bunch of other fish, where these systems are riddled with all kinds of pests, parasites, all kinds of stuff, to another facility, shipped to another facility, holding facility. Same process is done, multiple times sometimes before it's even to your LFS for you to purchase. And your LFS, 9 times out of 10, majority of them are really not quarantining the fish. So, just wanted to share how my LFS does things. I wanted you to see his layout and how he has individual tanks for individual fish. Now, if there's multiple chromises or clowns or something, he only has so much space. So those guys are actually put together for the most part, but everything else is kept separate, period. So if something was to go on or go wrong, he can actually deal with that particular fish with medication in the system, period. Now, his success rate and everything is very high. Very high. Tons of fish move out of there consistently. Okay, people go there for a reason because of that. Either they don't have the capabilities of setting up a quarantine system and dealing with things on their own. He makes it easier, like I said, for a little bit more of a premium. Come on, you would have to buy a tank. You would have to buy pumps, heaters, some of this stuff, a little bit of filtration, hang on the back, whatever. Add more salt water. You have to, and all this stuff you would have to buy to do the quarantine yourself after the purchase of a fish. Okay, that adds up way more than the premium that he is actually charging. So if you're local in the area, I suggest you deal with him as one of the LFSs that are local here to me. And I just wanted to share with you guys the process. Hopefully you guys get a better understanding of me and some of the reasons why I pop and drop. So, if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification bell for any future updates. And I'll see you on the next video. Peace.